Paul describes a man who wants to do the will of God but is powerless to do so. He is bound up in sin that he despises and frantically wants to be free of. Yet he feels hopeless because he cannot find a way out. Mature believers can understand this when they reflect on the fiery trial of the sin that so easily besets them when they were first enlightened. You realize you wanted to serve God and to be free from sin. There is always that one sin that even though you wanted badly to put it off, it kept coming back. That sin that had you up crying late at night when you thought no one could hear. And every time you believed you had finally overcome it, soon after, you would find yourself overcome by it. You would express your grief to God, asking to be delivered from what seemed like bondage. You would be ashamed to let others know you were still fighting with the same thing. The devil used it to beat you up mentally while you had to put on the smiley face around others, but was on the verge of depression behind closed doors. This was the time in my life that I gained a full understanding of what Paul meant. Romans 7:24. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? When you overcame was the day you said to yourself that something is wrong. I am missing something. I know God has given me the power to get the victory over sin. This is a critical point when you stand at the crossroads of a decision on what to do. Do you give up, turn around, and go back? Do you take the left road where you carry the sin that you could not overcome as baggage? The sin you have made a covenant with? Or do you take the right road that says, God promised me He will never give me more than I can bear. So if I am not overcoming the sin, the problem is not God, it is me. David said in Psalms 139 and 23 and 24, Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way of everlasting. Soon after you ask God to show you what the problem is, He would reveal to you an issue that was continually allowing the sin to overcome you. Now you had to make a decision on whether to receive God's revelation or not. Soon after the revelation, thoughts bombarded you to fight against what God had shown you. If you trust God and remove the issue causing the problem, you will be delivered. If you do not trust Him, you will refuse to deal with the issue and continue to be overcome by the sin. In our Christian walk, sometimes we have to realize that the problem might not be the issue. Sometimes you have an issue that is causing your problem, that is interfering with your relationship in Christ. Your problem might be lizards in the house, but the issue might be someone keeps leaving the door open. It does not matter how many times you get the lizard out. If you do not take care of the issue of the door being open, then the lizard will just get back in. Your sin might be the lizard, but your issue might be what in your heart an open door that keeps inviting the sin back in. Get the lizard out and secure the door. Proverbs 4:23-27. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Put away from thee a forward mouth and a perverse lips. Put far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. Remember, saints, the problem might be the sin, but the issue is what's causing the sin. If you only deal with the problem of the sin, but you're not dealing with the issue that is causing the sin, you're wasting your time. The sin is always going to come back. If you keep dealing with having lizards in your house, and every day you get the lizard out just to come back and find that they're still there, and you get the lizards out and come back the next day and they're back again. And you get the lizards out and come back the next day and they're back again. Sooner or later you have to realize that the lizards are the problem, but the issue is you keep leaving the door open. Get the lizards out and close the door, and the lizards won't get back in. Deal with the sin as the problem, but also deal with the issue that's causing the sin. If the problem is the sin and the issue is what you're watching on TV, what you're watching in the movies, what you're listening to in music, what you're watching on videos, if this is the thing that keeps opening the door and allowing the sin to come back, then you have to close the door by being careful with what you watch, being careful with what you listen to. Close the door, and then you can overcome the sin. If the sin is the seeds that have been planted in your heart, you not only have to remove the seeds, but you got to stop eating the fruit that the seeds come in. That is how you overcome sin. Be blessed.